Welcome back to Poetry and Police. Remember to subscribe and share and click that notification bell. Now, today, I told myself before that when I saw this on YouTube or I saw the news that I would never do a video about this situation. Because it's not everything that you do a video about. Because a life is always precious. And especially when a life is taken away so innocent, so soon, so abruptly. This was a tragic accident. Now people, what I'm talking about now is I'm talking about a female by the name of Brittny Hunter, who was tragically killed by a truck in a traffic accident recently. And as a result of that, people on social media have been taking it to all different kinds of levels. People are talking about Obia. People are talking about the busman was wrong. Some people are talking about the truckman was wrong. And you will hear a whole lot of stories surrounding the death of this female. But I am a very experienced policeman. And even though I was a detective and mostly investigated robberies, etc., I am now a truck driver. A senior truck driver who have been through para training. You would call me what you call CDL drivers in the United States, professional drivers. And as a professional driver, you have to set examples for the other drivers on the road. Now, let us dissect the accident. And I am not going to play the video on my channel. The reason being, respect for the family of the deceased woman and respect for my subscribers too, because not everybody likes to see that kind of graphic, because this is very graphic, and to somebody to lose their lives like that, I wouldn't like to be showing that video to people. But most of us may be abreast of the situation that with that female. And when I watch the video, people, you would see that the area is a heavily traffic area. It's a heavy traffic area. And it's an area that is heavily with foot traffic too. So you got pedestrians, you got taxis stopping, you got buses pulling over, and all type of things. Now, let us take it from a truck driver's point of view. As a truck driver, especially when you're driving a commercial vehicle like a heavy-duty truck, you have to make sure that you make all the observations to see whether an area, what kind of speed you are supposed to drive in certain areas. And for me, it's not personal, but with experience, the accident may have been avoided or it may not have been fatal if the truck driver, listen, I want you to hear me. I am not blaming the truck driver, but I am saying to you, the accident may have not been fatal if the truck driver was observing all the rules and regulations of operating a heavy duty unit. In the first place, the speed of the truck was too much. Secondly, that bus that pulled in front of the truck driver, that was one of the biggest point where the truck should have even stopped. Understand, people? Because then the bus had, as a truck driver, if a bus come out of an intersection and block your view, brethren, I'm telling you, people, if a vehicle like a big tall bus come and block your view where you can't see nothing, if the bus a temporary block your view for even 10 seconds, brethren, you should have stopped. As a truck driver, I would have stopped up and seen the bus coming out of that intersection onto the major road in a year part. The first thing the truck driver should have done was stop, brethren, stop. That is what me I said, the truck driver should have stopped. I've never driven heavy duty units in Jamaica. I only driven heavy duty units in Jamaica. I trained to drive in America. But as a result of my training, seeing that kind of obstruct, and the truck should have stopped before he moved on again. People, I will repeat it, the truck should have stopped. Seeing that bus came out from the intersection in front of the truck, blocking his view, the truck driver should have stopped. Listen, I am not saying that the truck driver is wrong, but I'm saying, as a driver operating a heavy duty unit, the type of training that driver should have, that drivers have or should get, is one that would stipulate, or one that would have stipulated that once you're traveling on a built up area, an area where there's high traffic, especially high pedestrian traffic, then you will drive at least 25 miles per hour minimum, or 20 miles per hour. If you approach, you're going on the road, look how close the bus was. If you saw the video, and if you're not going to see the video on my channel, you probably have to look up the video and see it on another channel, because I'm not going to play the video here. But if you watch the video, people, dissect the video as I am dissecting the video as a professional driver. The truck driver should have reduced his speed to at least 10 miles per hour, 5 miles per hour, or at least stop until the bus clear his path completely. No, if he had stopped and allowed the bus to clear his path completely, he would have seen the female crossing the street. As a truck driver, especially when you're operating heavy duty unit, these units does not stop like cars. They do not stop suddenly. They can swerve fast and cut away from people like a motor car would have done. If it was a car, the car would have swung from her and she probably would have not gotten hit, but the car probably would have go slam into some other car, or cause some other accident somewhere else. But a truck cannot do that. That's why I'm saying the rules and regulations stipulates, as a truck driver, heavy duty unit, you are to ensure that you see all the obstructions, and if there's an obstruction, especially an obstruction that is blocking your line of sight on the road to at least 100 feet, you should stop. Once that bus entered the intersection to block the truck's view, the truck should have stopped. And if the truck had stopped, the driver had stopped the truck, he would have observed the female crossing the street. Again, I will tell you, I am not saying the truck driver is wrong. I'm just saying that the truck driver did not follow the rules that it relates to safe driving a heavy duty unit when coming across an obstruction. You understand, people? Now, I'm not even going to say nothing to the bus. The bus wrong in every corner whatsoever. You understand me? But the thing about it, the bus came to the intersection, did not even stop, just pull out on the major road, which was a no-no. But the bus gone about in business. What we are going to say about that? Can't say nothing about that. Now, let us talk about the deceased woman. It is obvious, brethren, from the video, that the female, that Brittny, made the biggest mistake of her life. That she was crossing the street without paying attention what was happening. She was crossing the street as if she was distracted, as if she was in another world, as if she was not. She was crossing the street then as if she was not crossing the street. She crossed the street as if she wanted to commit suicide. Understand, people? That is how she crossed the street. She crossed the street blind. Hence her demise. Now, people in Jamaica, our family and friends, people that talk about hobby. If you don't want to believe in a hobby, that's a few business, but I don't believe in those things. Understand? All I see here is just a tragic accident. A female who crosses a street without even looking, causing her own life. And a truck driver who, if he was observing the street and following the rules of operating a heavy-duty unit, could have avoided the accident. That is all I'm saying. Now, My condolences go out to the family of Brittny Hunter. I feel your pain, I feel your sorrow at this moment. But not everybody put nothing about Obia on our head. An accident is an accident. And I believe that that is the way she was meant to die. Because if a gunshot will kill you, accident can't kill you. And I believe in that theory. But I don't believe in Obia. Them there's something that are real to me. What I believe in is, I don't even believe most of the things that I see. Because your eyes are the windows to your very soul. And people, we are being tricked at times in whatever we see. Now, I know that this truck driver must be going through hell because he has caused somebody's life, even if it was an accident. I know the truck driver maybe need counseling right now. And he's not supposed to drive again until he has been through counseling, because he will be thinking about that for the rest of his life. And Jamaica is not set up in a certain way that people are offered counseling situation like this. But I think, Mr. Driver, if you are listening to this video, I need you to seek some help, sir, because you might need it. Don't play a tough guy, because I know you must feel sorry for the life of that woman. You are not responsible for the accident, driver. I do not believe you're responsible for the accident, because the female should have been looking while crossing the street, or looking. We were taught in school, to look left and right before we cross the street. And if you see a bus turning, you have to wonder if anything will come on the blind side of the bus. She did not do that. She caused her own life. But I will say this again, Mr. Truck Driver, all the truck drivers out there in Jamaica, I don't know how trained you people are, but if that was America, if that was here, maybe the driver would have been charged. Me I tell you that, If this was America, the driver would have been charged. Me I tell you that, because they are going to say that the driver did not adhere to the rules of operating a heavy-duty unit on a built-up street where there's popularity of traffic and of vehicular traffic and pedestrian traffic, and that his view was blocked when the bus came into the intersection. So the truck driver should have stopped. You hear me, I say, people? I mean, I talk this based off of my experience as a police officer in Jamaica. I am talking this off of the experience as a commercial, a professional driver in the United States of America, who was properly trained to operate a tractor trailer with a 53 trailer on it. We were trained to drive those type of vehicles and know the safety, the rules and regulations as it relates to your operating of these vehicles on a daily basis. As a commercial driver driving a big truck, our observation should be far more keen than any other motorist on the street. Because remember, full vehicle don't stop easy, especially when it's loaded. That is the reason why you have to, whenever you go into a certain area, you have to observe how the traffic pattern, and you travel at a speed as a result of the traffic pattern. Then again, I don't even know what was the speed limit on that street, because Jamaica have a tendency not to put speed limit signs on the street, or proper signs on the streets. You understand me? That's the other thing. Was there a stop sign where the bus drove out from? Because if there was a stop sign, then if you find a bus driver and give him a ticket. A matter of fact, if you lose him license, because what the bus driver did was trust me, he committed an offense right there. And what the truck driver did, even though the bus was wrong, the truck driver should have stopped. Once your path was blocked, Mr. Driver, you should have stopped. I repeat it, you should have stopped. If you had stopped, you had observed, the rules governing operating a heavy truck, you would have stopped, because your path was blocked. How if you drive still and your path blocked? How if you are driving and you can't see where you go? That is the thing I am saying to your truck driver. You can't be still driving and you can't see where you go. It did not even appear to me in the video that you even lower your speed way down. You did not have to come to a complete stop. You could have gone down to at least 5 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour. And if you were observing and you were looking out for people, because you have to drive and look out for pedestrian in areas like those. You have, it's a busy area with a lot of taxis and buses and people crossing streets, so you should be looking out for people. You have to drive and look out for people as a commercial driver, especially when you're operating a big truck and you're going to kill people on the road. But like I said, I'm not saying to you wrong, brother. I'm not saying that you caused her death. No. You could have prevented her death if you were operating and adhering to the rules of operating a heavy motor vehicle like that. If you was observing, you would have stopped when the bus blocked your path. Because you can't be driving and your path not clear. You can't be moving a truck at certain speed and your path is not clear. That is what I say. That must not be done. So even though the female walked out in the street without even looking what was happening and walked straight in the path of the truck, brethren, you as a truck driver should have seen the female crossing the street. That is all I am saying to you. I am not saying you are wrong for it, but you should have seen her. You should have seen her as a truck driver. You should have seen her. Because you are the driver who should be looking out. You're a train driver. You're driving a commercial vehicle, a heavy duty truck when you stop. We can kill people on spot. So you should be looking, especially when the bus crosses your path. That even should open your eyes some more, if you look some more. And if your eyes was open, brethren, if your eyes was open, you would have seen the female crossing the street. You should have seen the female. That is all I am saying. You should have seen the female. So people, cut on the crap but I see people are right all murder, hobby, and one bag of foolishness. Listen me, man. Somebody has already died. My condolences to the family again of Brittny. And it's a sad day for me, because I hate to see, a soul go like that. So abruptly. You know what I mean? And may God have mercy on our family. And may people learn from this, that when you're crossing the street, you follow the old rule that we get from school days to look right and left about 10 times before you cross. Understand? And I hope you truck drivers in Jamaica listen what I say to them now. That if another vehicle block your path, stop. The question is, how can you keep driving when your path is blocked? It doesn't matter for how long. This truck driver's path was blocked like probably about 3-4 seconds. 5 seconds. If your path is blocked as driving a big vehicle like that, your path is blocked so you can't see nothing ahead. For 1 second you have to stop. You have to stop. That is all I'm saying. The truck driver should have stopped when the bus was crossing his path. That's all I'm saying. Now Jamaica is mourning a young person who was gainfully employed, and we don't know what she could have turned out to be in the future, but now there's no future for her. But the accident was unfortunate on her part, because she was crossing the street, not observing and not seeing what was happening. Blank. She was crossing the street blank, as if her mind was in a different world, as if she was in a different world. And she came upon a truck driver who was not observing. Hence, she lost her life. It's a sad day. My condolences goes out to the family. And it's time that the Jamaican government check all the streets, make sure the streets have all the proper signages. And these truck drivers in Jamaica, you notice they're not under no rule and regulation neither. They are not regulated. They might drive some truck that can pop down anytime on the road and kill people. They might drive some truck when not fit to drive on the road. And it's full time that the government of Jamaica, the traffic division, forms a specific body to deal with commercial vehicles like heavy duty truck. And remember them, they sit there can't stop when they load, There's too much accidents happening with trucks and what? Trucks were unsafe on the road. There are too much unsafe trucks on the road in Jamaica. I know that. Because most of those trucks that are driving on the road in Jamaica could never drive on the roads in America. Trust me. They couldn't pass the fitness. You understand me? They could never pass the fitness. Some of them brake no good. You understand? Some of these drivers are not properly trained either.